Hello and welcome, my Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your work, career, and vocation read for February and March 2021. I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, Venus in Libra sign, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but if you like, you can call me Mal. Hi. Let's do the work, career, vocation thing. I love doing those readings. I do these for myself pretty regularly. Doing them on camera is kind of interesting because, you know, the quantum, sometimes you see yourself in the readings. It's helpful. And I do these for clients all the time. Essentially what we're doing is looking at life purpose through 3 levels of power. There is a Caroline Myss video in the description box below on YouTube talking about the 3 levels of power in general. This is just one application of that, looking at really your life purpose through how you survive, what your creative passions are, and really what your calling is all about spiritually. Physical power, mental, emotional power, spiritual power, bring that into alignment if possible. In terms of your work, career, and vocation. So I'll explain all that as I go, but just here's some quickie business news since we're doing work, career, vocation. I am now doing tarot parties on the DrawingTheCircle Productions Facebook page. I have been monetized on that platform. They are Zoom format, meaning that I actually paid the subscription price. I'm doing Zoom Pro, so we get to see each other. It's only 10 participants, partiers, I think is what I'm going to call it, per session, and it's a lot of fun. And we're doing themes like tonight. But yeah, this will come out today. Tonight, doing pajama party, right? So it gives me an opportunity to interact with you all. If you're interested, you don't even have to be on Facebook to take it somehow. I don't know how they work that, but you have to somehow make your way to the DrawingTheCircle Productions Facebook page, not the Angelo Lyons Mal for short Facebook group. They're different, and those links are in the description box, as well as my book Words of Grace, which is coming out on Kindle. So excited. We're in the home stretch, so to speak. This full moon in February, full moon in Virgo we're shooting for, right? All right, that's it. That's enough business, except this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feet on the floor, focus on your breath. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, and I always put cool stuff on the way down there for you to check out, right? Easy rabbit hole to fall down on the DrawingTheCircle Productions YouTube channel. Let's get up in this gig. Please take a nice deep breath. And I love doing these reads because they're a bit more of a slow roll, right? It's 2 months at once, February and March. Next month I will do March and April. And it takes a break from the soulmate, twin flame, soul contract, blah, blah, blah. Let's get grounded, breathe. Okay, here we go. My collective pantheons of angels and archangels, goddesses and goddesses, the ascended masters of life purpose, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, using the Caroline Myss archetype deck. What are the dominant archetypes at work for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this read? Please, what's going on? And since I am Venus and Libra, I will say what's going on in our work, our physical power, lower 3 chakras, the literal world, the physical world. It's survival intuition, what we do to survive, food, clothing, shelter. What's going on there? Please, the dominant archetype for the Libras. Just one. See, they keep giving me 2, which, you know, it's a little obvious to say that you've got more than one archetype going on, but we'd like to be a little precise here. Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February and March 2021. There we go. For our career, heart, throat, third eye, crown, the world behind our eyes. The psychological world, mental power, emotional power, will power, our passion, what we hunger, what we thirst for. Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February and March. And for our vocation, our spiritual calling, our spiritual power, visionary intuition, larger picture, the star that we seek to follow. What is the dominant archetype for the Libra Collective? February, March 2021. All right, let's see. These are supposed to be triggering, right? And one of them certainly probably is going to be of these three on here, but remember, archetypes are neutral. As lovely as the archetype sounds is as horrible as it is in the shadow, and vice versa. So regardless of what it sounds like, remember, it's a balance. It's a scale from lead to gold, shadow to light. The shadow attributes being what you don't want to deal with. Now, I can totally relate to this right off the bat. We are talking about the Hermit archetype in the physical world. So how many of us are working from home, right, or feeling isolated? But the shadow aspect withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others. Well, how about the fear of contagion? Right? Like that's, I mean, the fear of it, I get it. There's a healthy way of dealing with it and an unhealthy way. Refusing to help those in need, that's where really that gets a little crazy dicey. The Hermit archetype is a member of the wisdom family, so it's about being wise and loving, but sometimes that means being wise and loving and saying, no, this is more than 6 feet, please. Wear a mask. The light attribute seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. I just did this yesterday. I took the day off. Like, I didn't want to look at a tarot card, right? I was like, I need a break. And I was in my pajamas all day, and it was wonderful. And now here I am, back on Monday, rockin', rollin', kicking ass, throwing cards, taking names, whatever. So I get that. I love the Hermit archetype, and certainly I am a Virgo. The Hermit card in the tarot is the Virgo card. So, you know, a wise conservation of energy going within, the interior work, rebuilding your creativity in the physical world, that totally makes sense. Here's what's fascinating, though. In the career, we have the thief archetype. Now, like I said, as toxic as the word thief is, the light on this one is rather spiritual, though the thief archetype, if I recall correctly, is the action family of archetypes. Either action or wild card. I have a feeling it is the action. Could be the wild card too. The shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Now, already I'm hearing, they're sort of filling me in on this, that if you're really in the light here and you're just like, no, I'm just pulling back, I need to kind of take care of me, I need to, it's more than self-care, the Hermit. It's like really closing the doors, right? Going within. And hermits go voluntarily. It's not the exile. But if it's in the shadow, then stealing money, right? You know, withdraws from society out of fear. When you're afraid, you might steal creative ideas and attention, right? But hermits don't usually do that. They usually pull back and disappear, which is why the light attribute of the thief makes way more sense with the Hermit. Sheds light on the personal wealth within you that can never be stolen, right? So look, even if you are sort of cut off from the world in terms of your actual work in the world, because not everybody gets paid doing their work. A lot of people get paid in their career. Like, for example, here I am, a YouTuber, my career, teacher, right, reader, writer, all that artistic kind of healing stuff. That's really my passion. I'd be dead if I didn't do that. I'd drive myself nuts if I couldn't do that. But what I do for work is corporate president. It's the scheduling and the business side of it, which I don't really get paid for. That's the administrational part of it. I get paid for this. So you see what I mean? It's like whatever it is that's going on in your physical world, there is something really being revealed to you in your heart, throat, third eye, crown, your creative intuition, that there's something within you, and there's something within all of us that can never be stolen. Not that just it can't be stolen today, tomorrow, next week. It can never be stolen. So it would make sense if you're dealing with some physical limitations in terms of exposing yourself to the outside world, which remember, there are healthy ones there, as well as unhealthy ones. Fear or love, right? Like love for others, love for yourself. You know what I'm talking about. I'm dancing around the subject. Then it really is that drive to go inner and to find that thing that fuels your career that can never be stolen. That's a beautiful thing. It might be your own personal wisdom. It might be your own personal take on things. You know, we're all Words of Grace is getting ready to hit, and we're already working on the next 2 books, Path of True Love and another one that I'm not going to say yet because it's a really good title. And like yesterday, I actually wrote. You know, it was so wonderful, and it, regardless of what's going on in my physical world, what I can and cannot do because of legitimate constraints and concerns, I'm a hermit. Like, I love being a hermit. I'm so public, and I was so public for decades, like face to face out in the world. I love my hermit time. but it tapped me into my own creativity that can never be stolen from me. Like, people can rip me off left, right, and center, but that's okay. I'll come out with something else completely. That's the thing about kind of being, you know, the freak of the family, the freak of the tribe. It's like you bring forth stuff that people are like, where did that come from? There. Speaking of their 8th chakra, got the artist archetype. Got the artist archetype lifelong. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I highly recommend the work Sacred Contracts by Myss. This is her deck. Now, the shadow attribute of the artist we have seen, since cave drawings, right? Using talent as an excuse to mistreat others. Just wonk them on the head with the rock. Those critics, right back in the cave critics. New ebook from Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. Now, all the artists I know try and do the exact opposite of that. It's like, you can't really pose as a starving artist today if you're working in like an industry, like the music industry, or you know what I mean. Certainly, fronting that way is not going to get you what you want except more trouble. But the light attribute, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses. This is the 8th chakra stuff, right? You might as well say expressing a dimension of life that is in the 8th chakra, inspiring others to see life symbolically, which is what a tarot reader does. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. So this is a lovely archetypal lineup, but let's keep going. We're going to do Daughters of the Moon Tarot to get... Now, if you think about it, that's your 8th chakra read for work, career, vocation. It's a holographic read. You can bounce all over from card to card in this read, which is why I dig it. Which is why it's better in a personal read, but whatever. Breathe. My goddesses of air and the sign of Libra, please. What is the heart, throat, third eye, crown, the personal experience, the mental, emotional experience of the work, career, vocation for the Libra collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading for February and March 2021. For the Libras, they've got the Hermit card in their work. What's that feel like on the inside to them? Perceived, you know, heart, third eye, crown. The Thief archetype in their career. Have they been stolen from? Has that put them in touch with what cannot be stolen from them? Lord knows I can relate to that. Please, with the artist, stolen time, stolen energy, stolen all sorts of intangibles that there are no receipts for, except maybe journal entries. We've got here the artist in the vocation, please. What's the heart, third eye, crown experience of that? Yeah. Ooh. I like a lot for the Hermit. You got the Ace of Cups on the inside. So look, this is a seed of happiness. Right, it's an ace. All the aces are seeds. It's what you do with them, right? You can knock the cup over. You can drink deeply. You can fill it until it overflows, right? Moving into the 2 and so on. But this really says inside of you there is a new beginning here. That even if your physical world, because of that Hermit, is fearful, and I get it, and to each their own. We're all working our way through that as best as we can. I'm not touching that. That's too political for me right now, and I think even for YouTube. But there is something happy here. Like, there's something, and it makes sense. Turn inward, right? That there's something inside of you, and I feel it connects with that Thief archetype that's saying this can't be stolen from you. This ability to start again emotionally, the seed of happiness, is a great mantra from the Metcon Healing Mantra deck, Discovering Happiness. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. That's not a once and done. It is, after all, a spiritual practice, right? But there's some of that. So there's something lovely there, and I hope for the majority of Libras, because, you know, you can overthink things back and forth. All the air signs can, different ways, different techniques. But to really get that there is a happiness inside of you, an Ace of Cups in this, to be aware of that. And of course, the third deck down, we'll use Mythic Tarot. We'll see what this looks like on the outside. Interesting, with the Thief archetype, you've got the 2 of Pentacles. So you go from the Ace in your work, right, the Ace of Cups, water, to the 2 of Pentacles, earth. So there is a juggling inside of you. There is a balancing inside of you in your Libra, right? So in terms of maybe finding the balance between what has been stolen or what you have stolen, and what can never be stolen from you. In terms of your heart, throat, third eye, crown, you're kind of juggling that. Look, there's so many ways to say this, but it's something Matt Kahn posted. I talk about him a lot because he takes a lot of very pure, non-dualistic truths and puts it in a way that's like, you can make it a meme. He's really, really good, and that's not devaluing his work. I think that's facilitation, facile, to make simple, right? From the French, facile. Your highest destiny is going to manifest whether you believe it or not, right? It's just finding your way through it, right? That whatever has been stolen from you, or you have stolen, because we all do that, whether it's attention, right? Affection, all sorts of things that can be stolen in that way, it is helping you balance out perhaps what was taken from with you and balancing out with, yeah, but I can do this. I can balance this way, and I can balance this that way. Very interesting to go from an ace to a 2. But what I love here with the artist archetype in your 8th chakra, your vocation, our vocation, is we've got the 6 of blades, the 6 of swords, which is not so much the sneaky card in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. It's why I love it so much, right? This is an ice fisher, right? Standing with a spear poised over a hole in the ice with her woofy woof with her doggy, right? Just sort of watching the hole as it is, waiting for some fish to show its head. Poof, lunch, yeah? So there is that, and she names the card meditation, that stillness. That the creative, obviously, creative family archetype of the artist, there is a waiting, there is a pause, there is a stillness, but there's also a listening and a heightened awareness to find that stillness. Now, meditation, you know, it's such a tricky word nowadays. I mean, there's so many different ways. There are different philosophies that have so many different ways. I mean, just the Eastern philosophies, right? This is lumping them all together in one thing. It's like so many different ways, and people from the West tend not to resonate with that stuff unless they're really called to it, past life, whatever. But that idea of to focus, to listen, to be still and know. Look, I just gave you a New Testament from a witch. That there is truth, that there is creativity, that there is an ability here to express a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses. So stillness of the mind. I don't know if that means stilling the mind for you, but I find when, okay, 2 things just popped into my head. One from Matt Kahn, again, of course. When you get into overthinking, and that's not necessarily this card, it's an alarm saying, okay, get in your heart, right? It's like you're out of balance, too much head, not enough heart, right? When you're drowning in emotion, it's too much heart, not enough head. It's bringing that balance. But one thing that I've learned about finding stillness is the word you're looking for is listen. Like now I can hear the humming of my cat's water cube that filters the water, like a little water fountain for them, right? Awareness instantly expands, brings you right into the present moment. There's something about that here, just saying. What's this look like on the outside? Good read. I mean, that thief is a little troublesome, perhaps. You know, that's the thing about a general read. If you were sitting across and I'm like, okay, who stole what from you, or what did you steal from whom? Breathe. So I love work, career, vocations. It's like, we're not dealing about romance. Even if it's 2 of cups, it means something different. Please. My gods of air and the sign of Libra. What does this look like on the outside, right? We've got the 8th chakra represented for their work, career, vocation, their heart, their third eye crown for their work, career, vocation. So what's going on here in the physical, literal world? Root, sacrum, solar plexus, physical world, physical power. What does this look like for the Libra collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading February and March 2020, please? What does that Hermit in their work with the 1 of Cups look like? Can also be from the outside looking in, how you appear. Can be both of this simultaneously. With the Thief, with the 2 of Pentacles, balance the Bull Leapers. Like there's something definitely feels like skill here. Like a skilled thief, right? Not just somebody do it for the first day, but like there's that balance. I feel that. What's that look like on the outside? And for the artist archetype, perfect place for the 6 of the Seven of Blades there, meditation in their 8th chakra. It feels like real divine creativity, inspired stuff that they just need to be still and know, be still and hear, be still and listen and receive. What does that look like on the outside for Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February, March 2021. Well, this is a party turner in a bit, not this first part, though. You got the Ace of Pentacles, which goes very, very well. There's a new opportunity. There's a new opportunity here, but as a hermit, right? As a hermit. This totally feels like working from home, or an opportunity where your interaction from the world isn't so face-to-face. Now, honestly, I have to say that it has to be a huge swath of the planet's working population. If you can work from home, you probably are, or at least wanting to, right? But make sure that you are saying, no, being able to do this, I'll be able to focus more intently on my inner life, you know, and it serves my personal creativity in the physical world. It's like you don't get as burned out. Now, look, I read and I take clients. It's being a president of DrawingTheCircle Productions. Like I said, that's not how I make my money, but that's an essential part for all the creative work that I do. So Ace of Pentacles on the outer, Ace of Cups on the inner. This is a new beginning. Just watch your fears. It's not that your fears are unfounded. Let them have a voice, but don't let them run the show. Do you know what I'm saying? There's an opportunity here. And of course, the challenge for any hermit is to reach out, right? To come out of hermitage. But if you do it with Wi-Fi, just saying. You got the Thief with the Two of Pentacles on the inner and the Five of Cups. So there is some emotional upset around this. Something revealed, right? Now, you know, you put Five of Cups in a romantic context, everybody knows what that is, but in a career, it could be that there was something very emotionally upsetting here. There was some loss. Perhaps something was indeed stolen from you, right? 4 cups spilled, but 1 cup still standing, that which cannot be stolen from you. So there is a new opportunity here for you that feels really good, a potential for happiness in this new beginning with that Hermit. You can understand why you're hermiting now if your heart, third eye crown, you feel like you've been ripped off. Something was stolen. Something was stolen, and it feels like an opportunity, but a new one is springing up from it. Because guess what? In your vocation, look, this has been consistent this time around. Every reading I've done today, I think maybe for one, except for one, in these work career vocation reads, all of the leverage is in the 8th chakra. It's just weird. You got the 10 of Cups on the outside. Like, how this looks from the visionary perspective, there's visionary intuition, creative intuition, survival intuition, 3 levels of power. It's a brilliant video. Go watch it. When you're done with this, just scroll down. You'll see it. Carolyn Myss, 3 levels of power. This is really saying that not beyond wish fulfillment. This is like union with the divine on a minor arcana level, but it's the 10 of Cups. It's the marriage of your masculine and feminine energy. Psyche and Eros. They're already married before this point, but this is where she is elevated to become a goddess. And by the way, Eros is one of the Greek words for love. It's romantic love, it's sexual love, but Psyche is the Greek word for the soul. You go from the Ace to the 10. The Ace on the inner, what you are feeling now, that potential in your work, is absolutely the first drop of water, if you will, coming down through the 10 of Cups coming through you. This could take a while to develop. Oh, as long as we're going to be numeric about it, we got the Ace of Cups, we've got the 5 of Cups, and we've got the 10, literally beginning, middle, and end. But you're bringing it, you're incarnating it down. So yeah, you're bringing your emotions into balance there. That totally makes sense with that 5 of Cups on the outer. It's an upsetting emotional situation, a change. There's always a change with the 5s, not necessarily a transformation, but a change. But with this new opportunity coming in before you, and it might be a new opportunity that's not handed to you. It might be one that you actually start yourself. I mean, if you are a self-starting Libra, I mean, I get the going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But the inspiration here is huge. You just need to be silent and still. Not the easiest thing to do, but as a hermit, I don't know. It feels like this is in alignment. Again, it is your hearth or third eye crown stuff. Now, that might take a little while to balance, that Two of Pentacles, getting your footing back underneath you. If something really was stolen here, but if it's really, ultimately, it happened for you to get, no, this they can't take from me. You know, my career got hit by, call it the Hale-Bopp comets. It just got hit over and over and over again, like 3 years ago. And I had to start over from scratch. That's why I wrote the book, Words of Grace. I was in a dark night of soul and seriously ready to go all the way, all the way, all the way home, if you know what I mean. Not anywhere else on planet Earth. Home, right? Dark night of the soul is horrible. My life got fucked up. My career got fucked up way beyond my capacity to fuck it up. That's how you know the divine is in play. Tower card, death card, tower card. But out of it came what can never be stolen. My point of view, my voice, which I put into that book. And thank God for the people and the gods that helped me write that. The editors, and now Dylan Martinson, the Kindle editor, getting this ready. It was through immense hardship and seriously suicidal thought. That brought through that piece of art, Words of Grace, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's my first Kindle. A boy always remembers his first and his last. Anyway, may the Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, that they may tune into that 8th chakra, their calling, their vocation. Be still and know that there's so much love and emotional fun, bliss, ecstasy, union within them, ready to come down into their creative, their career, that regardless of what has been stolen with them, they are finding their balance here, which was emotionally upsetting, but opening them up, clearing them out, changing them so that this love can, this 10 of Cups can filter down through the funnel as this new emotional opportunity for happiness in their work as they hermit, turning their direction inward, deeper in, and further in and higher up. Finding their inspiration, finding their balance, and bringing their work, career, and vocation into a little bit more symmetry for their well-being and for the well-being of all. Symmetry, so motivate. And so it is. Oh, it's like a charm spell. Symmetry, so motivate. Always casting here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, if you got something out of it, please thumbs up. It circulates the video, helps other people see it, right? You want more, subscribe. You want to comment, please do. Again, check out the links. I always give good, description box. I give good DB. I'm sure that could translate itself into other things otherwise. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed in your work, career, vocation, my beloved Libras. Scales. Sing it with me. Scales. First nudie musical. Check it out. You'll see what I mean. Cindy Williams. Genius. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the work, career, vocation, my darlings. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.